Hi, my name is Jodie Robinson, and I am a licensed clinical social worker. I have been practicing therapy since 1995. My background is mostly in mental health as a focus of social work, and I wanted to introduce myself a little bit because I know you have a choice in therapists, and I want to make sure that we're a good fit. So I started out working in a mental health clinic, and I worked with indigent populations, and I saw depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. I did work with adults, children, adolescents. During that time, I was getting my master's degree. That's when I had my undergrad. While I was getting my master's degree, I did some work with the children's centers for abused children, the Pelton Children's Center here in Texas, and also the Children's Assessment Center. After that, I did private practice, which is something that I really love. And I was also a supervisor for 2 different inpatient psychiatric hospitals here in Texas. So I saw like the whole range. I am really getting back into private practice because of one thing that was a common thread throughout all of my experiences, throughout all of the years that I've worked, is that there seems to be a need for family to express how they feel, because we put so much focus on the actual person in crisis that oftentimes the caregivers are overlooked. In particular, women. I've talked to a lot of women who have a sick child, or maybe have a child in substance abuse, or something like that. And it's actually a huge job, and if you haven't been in that situation, then you really you don't know what it's like. I meet women all the time that say, oh my gosh, you're the only one, or whoever, if they're in a support group, these are the only people that I can talk to because they're the only ones that understand. Your child might have a major illness. And after a while, when you're talking to your friends, they're like, how are you? How are you? How are you? And, eventually you just kind of say, well, I'm fine, because sometimes it's easier just not to get into those little details of, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. I had to spend the night at the hospital last night, or, my child went into rehab and I had to drive them to another state, or, something like that. I mean, there's a lot of issues that go on that I feel like family, especially women, hold inside, and they really need an outlet for that. So my therapeutic approach is client-centered. I like to meet you where you are with whatever problems, big or small. I've been in the situations where I've had mom guilt, with working a full-time job and having kids that are in daycare, or not having a job and staying home with the kids, and then having the opposite of that, mom shaming. I've been in situations where you just feel like you're doing all the housework and you're doing everything, and no one else is helping you, and those things can really take a toll on women. And sometimes they just need an outlet to get those things out. And sometimes, friends seem to be having a great time, and you just don't want to bring that up. So my specialty is actually dealing with women's issues and women's guilt and caregiver fatigue. So, I am non-judgmental. I've been through a lot of situations. I've seen a lot of things. I'm not here to make judgment calls or tell you what to do, but I think that we could process things together, and figure out ways to reduce your anxiety, feelings of grief, feelings of depression. And sometimes it just feels good to get it out. So I would love to work with you. And if you'd like to know more about me, you can just click on the link and we can set up an initial appointment and go from there. So I sure hope to hear from you. Thank you.